Ozzie Smith, known as the Wizard of Oz, is not only one of the greatest shortstops in baseball history. He is a living legend who redefined what it means to be a defender in Major League Baseball, MLB. Born in 1954, Smith began his career in a collegiate setting and quickly stood out for his unusual athletic ability and impressive reflexes. His MLB debut in 1978 with the San Diego Padres was just the beginning of a journey that would lead him to become a sports icon, not only for his spectacular plays, but also for his work ethic and unwavering dedication. I am Alder Santos, and welcome to our channel, Baseball Legends. The trade to the St. Louis Cardinals in 1982 marked a decisive turning point in his career and in the team's history. With his arrival, the Cardinals' defense transformed, and Smith quickly became the anchor that held the team's infield together. His presence on the field elevated the performance level of everyone around him, resulting in a successful season that culminated in a World Series victory. But Ozzie's impact goes beyond statistics. He brought a new level of excitement and spectacle to the game, captivating fans with his famous somersault upon entering the field, a gesture that would become synonymous with his career. Watch this video to the end and discover how Ozzie Smith became a baseball legend, changing the way we view the shortstop position. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments about his impact on the sport and his memorable plays. Ozzie Smith's influence extends far beyond his own career. He became a role model for generations of players who followed, inspiring them to prioritize defense and technique. His dedication to honing his offensive skills while maintaining his defensive excellence demonstrates his versatility and commitment to the sport. With a career spanning more than 2 decades, culminating in his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2002, Ozzie Smith is not just a historical figure, but a true symbol of excellence in baseball, whose lessons and legacy still resonate in every game played today. Ozzie Smith was born on December 26, 1954, in Mobile, Alabama, but spent most of his childhood in California. From a young age, he showed a great interest in baseball, practicing tirelessly to improve his skills. During his high school years, he excelled defensively, catching the attention of scouts. Later, he attended Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, where he further honed his technique and developed the agility that would become his trademark in professional baseball. His performance in college baseball attracted the interest of Major League Baseball, MLB, franchises. In 1977, Smith was selected by the San Diego Padres in the 4th round of the draft. Although he wasn't one of the most hyped prospects offensively, his impressive defensive skills and speed on the field made the team bet on his potential. He quickly progressed through the minor leagues, showcasing a natural talent for the shortstop position. In 1978, just a year after being drafted, Ozzie Smith made his MLB debut with the Padres. From a start, it was evident that his defense was something special. His ability to cover large areas on the field, combined with quick reflexes and a strong arm, quickly set him apart among the league's defenders. Although his hitting was still considered a weak point, his presence on the field was a differentiator for the team. During his rookie season, Smith established himself as one of the league's best defenders, recording 621 assists, an impressive number for a rookie. His spectacular play caught the attention of fans and the media, and he quickly gained the respect of his teammates. His energy and dedication to the game were evident in every play, and his agility made him a true nightmare for opposing hitters. Despite his exceptional defensive talent, the Padres were not a competitive team at the time, which limited Ozzie's opportunities to shine in postseason games. Nonetheless, he continued to evolve and set new standards for the shortstop position. His ability to turn difficult plays into seemingly easy outs began to earn him recognition as one of the most spectacular defenders in MLB. Ozzie Smith's time with the Padres lasted until 1981, when a trade would change the course of his career. It was then that he joined the St. Louis Cardinals, where he would become a true baseball legend. What began as a promising defensive career would soon transform into one of the most memorable careers in the history of the sport. In 1982, Ozzie Smith was involved in a trade that would change the course of his career and the history of the St. Louis Cardinals. Unsatisfied with the situation with the San Diego Padres, Smith was sent to St. Louis in a deal that involved shortstop Gary Templeton. Initially, Ozzie hesitated to accept the move, but after a conversation with legendary manager Whitey Herzog, he realized the Cardinals had big plans for him. This trade not only gave a fresh start to his career, but also became one of the most significant trades of the decade. Smith's arrival had an immediate impact on the Cardinals, especially in defense. With him as shortstop, the team boasted one of the most skilled defenders in baseball history. His ability to cover large areas of the field, make acrobatic plays, and turn nearly impossible balls into outs elevated the team's defensive level. This new style of play fit perfectly into Herzog's strategy, which favored a team based on speed, solid defense, and offensive contact over brute force of the plate. Right in his first season with the team, Smith helped the Cardinals win the 1982 World Series, defeating the Milwaukee Brewers in 7 games. His defensive presence was a crucial factor in the team's success, providing stability in the infield and confidence to the pitchers. Although his offensive skills were still not his strong suit, Ozzie began to evolve in that aspect as well, becoming a more complete player. The championship solidified his importance to the team and marked the beginning of a long and successful journey in St. Louis. In the following years, Smith became not only a pillar of the Cardinals' defense, but also one of the most recognizable faces of the franchise. He accumulated an impressive streak of Gold Glove awards, reinforcing his reputation as the best defender of his generation. Furthermore, over time, he improved his hitting ability, becoming a more efficient batter. His leadership and charisma made him a fan favorite, and his presence helped keep the Cardinals competitive throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. Ozzie Smith earned the iconic nickname the Wizard of Oz due to his magical defensive skills. His impressive footwork, quick reflexes, and spectacular plays made him a true magician on the field. Every game with Smith was an opportunity for fans to witness improbable and acrobatic plays, such as precise dives, unbelievable defensive stops, and unlikely throws while still in the air. His fluidity and defensive accuracy gave the impression that he performed impossible tricks, solidifying the comparison to a true magician in baseball. More than just a talented defender, Smith redefined the role of shortstop in the MLB. Before his era, the position was primarily viewed as defensive, with less emphasis on the need for spectacular plays or extended range. Ozzie changed that perception by raising the standard of what was expected from a shortstop. His dominance in defense not only benefited his teams, but also inspired new generations of players to value this aspect of the game more. He showed that an elite defender could be just as impactful as a great hitter, influencing how baseball evaluated and trained players for that position. Another factor that solidified his fame was his iconic acrobatic entrance onto the field. Before each home game, Smith would perform a backflip, energizing the crowd and demonstrating his incredible agility and physical conditioning. This gesture became his signature and one of the most anticipated moments for St. Louis Cardinals fans. It was a visual reminder that they were about to witness one of the greatest defenders in baseball history in action. His charisma and connection with the fans made his presence on the field even more special. With a total of 13 consecutive Gold Glove awards, 1980 to 1992, Smith set a record among shortstops and solidified his position as the greatest defender in the history of the position. His skills, consistency, and passion for the game made him a true sports icon. The nickname, The Wizard, was not only a reference to his name and the famous movie, it was a fair description of his supernatural talent on the field. To this day, his impact on baseball is remembered and revered by fans and sports experts. Ozzie Smith dominated defense in the MLB like few players in history. From 1980 to 1992, he won an incredible 13 consecutive Gold Glove awards, an absolute record among shortstops. This impressive streak highlighted his defensive consistency and placed him in an almost unattainable tier for any other player in the position. Each season, Smith proved to be not only an excellent defender, but the best of his generation, solidifying his reputation as a true master of the art of defense. In addition to individual awards, Smith accumulated historic numbers that demonstrate his influence on the game. He became the all-time leader in assists among shortstops, recording over 8,300 assists throughout his career. This number is a direct reflection of his extraordinary defensive range and his ability to turn difficult plays into seemingly easy outs. His intelligence and anticipation also allowed him to participate in countless double plays, contributing significantly to his team's success. Smith's impact went beyond statistics. He revolutionized the way shortstop was played. His speed, reflexes, and throwing accuracy expanded what was considered possible in defense. He could cover a much larger area of the field than most players at his position, turning what seemed like certain hits into spectacular outs. His play inspired generations of defenders, raising the standards for those who came after him. Even decades after his retirement, Smith is still recognized as one of the greatest defenders of all time. His legacy lives on in every player who values defense as a weapon just as powerful as offense. His name remains synonymous with defensive excellence, and his achievements continue to be a reference point for any shortstop seeking to stand out in the MLB. In his first season with the St. Louis Cardinals, Ozzie Smith quickly showed why he was a key player for the team. Traded to the Cardinals before the 1982 season, he helped transform the team's defense and brought stability to the infield. With his presence, St. Louis significantly improved defensively, which was crucial for the team to reach the World Series that year. His impact was not only statistical, but also psychological, instilling confidence in the pitchers and solidifying the team's defense. In the 1982 World Series against the Milwaukee Brewers, Smith demonstrated why he was considered one of the best defenders in the league. With incredible plays, he prevented base hits and helped the team contain the Brewers' strong offense. His speed, reflexes, and throwing accuracy denied numerous scoring opportunities for Milwaukee, keeping the Cardinals always in contention. His ability to turn difficult plays into outs was a game-changer that made life difficult for opponents. Throughout the series, Smith participated in several decisive plays that secured narrow victories for the Cardinals. His impeccable work on defense contributed directly to the team's success, especially in critical moments. Additionally, he stood out as a quiet leader on the field, demonstrating through his actions the level of dedication and excellence expected of a champion. His performance helped St. Louis win the series in 7 games, capturing the MLB title. The 1982 World Series title marked the Cardinals' first championship since 1967 and was a turning point in Smith's career. He proved he was a player capable of shining in clutch moments and solidified his reputation as one of the best shortstops in the league. This achievement not only reaffirmed his value to the team, but also marked the first major step in his journey toward baseball legend. despite being widely recognized for his exceptional defense. Ozzie Smith knew he needed to evolve offensively to become an even more complete player. In the early years of his career, he was not a great hitter, maintaining modest averages and focusing more on his defensive skills. However, his work ethic and dedication led him to improve his approach at the plate. Over time, he developed better strike zone control, became more disciplined, and learned to use his speed to get infield hits and steal bases. Smith's significant offensive evolution became evident throughout the 1980s, culminating in his best offensive season in 1987. That year, he posted a batting average of .303, the best of his career, while driving in 75 runs and stealing 43 bases. His ability to get on base and create opportunities for his teammates became a major asset for the St. Louis Cardinals, who relied on him to start rallies and put pressure on opponents. His offensive performance in 1987 also earned him a Silver Slugger Award, a remarkable achievement for a player who had initially been criticized for his hitting. In addition to improving his batting average, Smith also excelled in his plate discipline and patience. He increased his on-base percentage, OBP, becoming a more reliable and strategic hitter. Although he was never a power hitter, he understood his limitations and maximized his skills to be effective offensively. As a result, he became a consistent threat at the top of the Cardinals' batting order, helping the team remain competitive throughout his career. Ozzie Smith's offensive evolution demonstrated his commitment to excellence and his willingness to reinvent himself as a player. If, early in his career, he was seen solely as a brilliant defender, over time he proved that he could also contribute significantly on offense. His growth as a hitter complemented his already legendary defensive play, solidifying his position as one of the most complete and influential players in MLB history. Ozzie Smith was not just an exceptional defender. He also knew how to entertain fans and create memorable moments. One of his most iconic trademarks was the backflip he performed while entering the field, especially at Busch Stadium, home of the St. Louis Cardinals. The gesture began as a spontaneous way to energize the fans, but quickly became a tradition eagerly anticipated at every game. Whenever Smith executed the flip, the crowd responded with enthusiasm, creating an electric atmosphere in the stadium. The backflip was not just a spectacle for fans, but also a reflection of Smith's incredible agility and physical conditioning. Few players would have the coordination and confidence to perform such a move before a game. Additionally, his iconic entrance helped elevate the spirits of his teammates, demonstrating that baseball could be played with energy and joy. His charisma and sense of entertainment made him one of the most beloved players in the league. Over the years, the backflip became part of Ozzie Smith's identity, repeated on special occasions and significant moments in his career. He maintained the tradition for much of his time with the Cardinals, and even in his final game, fans eagerly anticipated a fitting farewell. The gesture perfectly encapsulated his approach to the game, a combination of athletic skill, showmanship, and love for baseball. Even after his retirement, the backflip remains one of the most remembered moments of his career. Clips of his triumphant entrances are frequently replayed in retrospectives and tributes, reinforcing his status as one of the most charismatic players in MLB history. His legacy goes beyond statistics and titles. He brought joy and spectacle to the game, ensuring that his name is remembered not only for his impeccable defense, but also for the pure entertainment he provided in every game. In the 1990s, even as he aged, Ozzie Smith continued to play at a high level, maintaining his reputation as one of baseball's best defenders. His athletic ability, quick reflexes, and game intelligence allowed him to remain competitive, even against younger opponents. Although his offensive production declined in his later years, his defense continued to be a differentiator that kept him as a key player for the St. Louis Cardinals. Even in the final years of his career, Smith was still widely respected by teammates, coaches, and opponents. His leadership in the clubhouse and professional approach to the game served as an inspiration for new generations of players. In 1995, a dispute with manager Tony La Russa over playing time began to signal the end of his career. With the Cardinals looking to rejuvenate the roster, Smith realized that his playing days were coming to a close. In 1996, after 19 seasons in the MLB, Ozzie Smith announced his retirement. His final season was marked by tributes and displays of affection from fans and the Cardinals organization. At Busch Stadium, where he built his legend, he received emotional farewells, with fans cheering for every defensive play and each appearance at the plate. The most memorable moment was his last home game, when fans celebrated him with a long and heartfelt ovation. Even after hanging up his gloves, Smith remained active in the world of baseball, participating in events, working as a commentator, and engaging with the St. Louis Cardinals community. His retirement was not the end of his influence in the sport. On the contrary, he continued to be an ambassador for the game and a reference for future shortstops. In 2002, his legendary career was immortalized with his election to the Baseball Hall of Fame, crowning his journey as one of the greatest defenders in MLB history. In 2002, Ozzie Smith received the highest honor a baseball player can achieve, induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was elected on his first ballot, receiving 91.7% of the votes, reflecting the respect and admiration he earned throughout his career. His entry into the Hall was a well-deserved recognition of his contributions to the sport, especially for his exceptional defense, which revolutionized the shortstop position. During the ceremony in Cooperstown, Smith delivered an emotional speech, reflecting on his journey from his early days in baseball to becoming a sports legend. He thanked his coaches, teammates, fans, and family, highlighting the importance of hard work and dedication. His speech reflected his humility and passion for the game, qualities that made him one of the most beloved players of his generation. His induction was celebrated not only by Cardinals fans, but by the entire baseball community. Smith was widely recognized as one of the greatest defenders in MLB history, accumulating impressive records and 13 consecutive Gold Glove awards. His presence in the Hall of Fame solidified his legacy as a player who elevated the defensive standards of the game and inspired countless generations of athletes. Even after his Hall of Fame induction, Ozzie Smith remained involved with baseball, participating in events and serving as an ambassador for the sport. His name became synonymous with defensive excellence, and his impact is still felt in the modern game. The tribute he received in 2002 was not just a recognition of his brilliant career, but a celebration of his lasting influence on baseball. Ozzie Smith's legacy in baseball goes far beyond his impressive statistics and awards. He became a model of defensive excellence, inspiring generations of shortstops to prioritize defense and agility. His ability on the field, combined with his passionate playing style, showed that a defender can have as significant an impact as a hitter. This changed how young players viewed the position and encouraged many to develop their defensive skills early on. Players like Omar Vizquel and Andrelton Simmons are clear examples of Smith's influence. Both embody the style and work ethic that Ozzie exemplified during his career. Vizquel, known for his refined defensive technique, often cites Smith as a great inspiration in his own baseball journey. Similarly, Simmons, with his spectacular plays and fielding ability, acknowledges Smith's contribution to shaping his defensive approach. In addition to influencing players on the field, Smith also made his mark off the diamond. He has been an active advocate for youth baseball and frequently participates in clinics and events to teach the principles of the game. His willingness to share knowledge and inspire young athletes ensures that his influence continues to be felt in future generations, contributing to the development of the sport on a broader level. Ozzie Smith's impact on baseball is a testament to how an athlete can not only redefine a position, but also inspire a movement of transformation within the sport. His approach to the game, focused on defense and agility, remains relevant, and his story continues to motivate players and fans around the world. Smith's legacy is an indelible part of baseball history, reminding everyone that with dedication and passion, it is possible to leave a lasting mark on sport. Ozzie Smith's career is a testament to the power of hard work and dedication in the world of baseball. Throughout his journey, he not only exceeded expectations, but also redefined what it meant to be a shortstop. His defensive skill, which combined agility and intelligence, raised the standard for all players in the position. Smith showed that defense is an art, and his impact on the game goes far beyond statistics. He inspired generations to prioritize technique, focus, and passion for the sport. Ozzie's iconic backflip when entering the field became a symbol of his contagious energy and love for the game. This gesture was not only a display of athletic skill, but also a demonstration of his vibrant personality and the joy he felt while playing. He connected deeply with fans and teammates, creating an electrifying atmosphere that spread throughout the stadium. This emotional connection is an essential part of what makes baseball so special, and Ozzie embodied it in every game. Smith also taught us the importance of evolution and adaptation. While he was widely recognized for his defensive skills, he committed himself to improving his offensive performance throughout his career. His best offensive season in 1987, when he hit .303, exemplifies his determination not to settle for the status quo. This commitment to self-improvement is a valuable lesson for all of us, regardless of our field. We should never stop learning and growing. Ozzie Smith's induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2002 was a well-deserved recognition of his contributions to the sport. The fact that he was elected on his first ballot, with an impressive percentage of votes, reaffirms the respect he earned among peers and experts. This honor is not only a symbol of his individual accomplishments, but also a validation of his lasting influence on baseball and sports culture as a whole. In addition to his accomplishments on the field, Ozzie Smith stood out as a role model off the playing lines. He dedicated part of his life to philanthropy and youth development, using his platform to encourage young athletes to pursue their dreams. Through initiatives and programs focused on education and inclusion, Ozzie committed to giving back to the community, demonstrating that true greatness goes beyond athletic performance. His ability to connect with young talent and inspire them to become not only better players, but also exemplary citizens solidifies his role as an influential figure in the world of sports. In summary, Ozzie Smith is a living example of how passion for baseball and commitment to excellence can create a lasting impact. He is remembered not only as one of the greatest defenders in history, but also as an ambassador for the sport who valued ethics, discipline, and respect. As we reflect on his career, we are reminded that each game is an opportunity to learn, grow, and leave a positive mark on the world. Ozzie Smith's legacy will continue to inspire not only baseball players, but also all those who seek to make a difference in their respective fields, proving that true success is measured by the lives we touch and the changes we promote. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content, and turn on notifications. And make sure to leave your comment. Ozzie Smith's legacy goes beyond memorable plays and the awards he accumulated. He inspired a new generation of players to embrace defense as a vital part of the game. With athletes like Omar Vizquel and Andrelton Simmons following his footsteps, the emphasis on defense and agility has become a fundamental aspect of developing modern shortstops. Ozzie proved that while offensive statistics are important, defensive skill is what can truly transform a player into a legend. Ultimately, reflecting on Ozzie Smith's career reminds us that baseball is more than just a game. It is a combination of talent, hard work, passion, and cultural impact. The legacy he left behind is not just a collection of records and awards, but a story of perseverance and excellence. As new generations step onto the field, Ozzie's spirit will live on, reminding all of us that at the heart of baseball is the relentless pursuit of perfection and the joy of playing. Until the next journey, dear baseball-loving friends,